Ian Ferguson goes outside him. That's a very good challenge made by Vata. Well, Durant was making up his mind what pass to deliver. Now Trevor Steven. Grant going in strongly. This is Haitley. Good swerving effort there from Mark Haitley. Bonner got his body behind that.
It's a good play once again, a good challenge by Peter Grant, but either Mark Haitley here just turns him onto his left foot. One thought about it, into the middle of the box. Brian Laudrup in fact was offside, but well worth a try.
And Hoydon using his physique here to lean into McLaren.
Yeah, we talked about Mark Haitley's challenge with Brian O'Neill and everything else in that contest at the other end of the pitch, but Alan McLaren and Basil Boli have their hands full with Pierre Van Hooijdonk. He's a handful in the air and on the deck as well.
In midfield, it's Grant. This is Paul McStay. Switching the play to the near side to Tosh McKinley. Collins is ahead of him. Well cut off by Moore. Very mature young player, Craig Moore. For his age in particular, he's just turned 19 at the end of last year. Came through the Australian Institute at Sports Academy. Now Brown, McLaren inside. Good tight marking by Celtic in midfield, making it difficult for Rangers to work the ball through the middle of the field, as they normally like to do. And I suspect there may be a greater tendency from Rangers to try to find Mark Haitley with balls like this. It's well won by O'Neill. That's neat play by McLaughlin. Assessing all the options ahead. John Collins is well forward on the left. Into the gap it goes to Van Hooijdonk. He's with Boli. Well, that's good play by Van Hooijdonk. And McLaughlin stopped by Brown. This is Ferguson. And John Collins nudging that ball back to McKinley. Celtic in possession again. They're getting all the loose balls in the hole in the middle of the field. Boli's hit up. Laudrup comes across to put pressure on Tosh McKinley. There's Cleland against Collins. Stephen takes over. That was a good challenge by O'Neill as Haitley tried to lay the ball off for Laudrup inside. O'Neill again with a header. Now Collins. Tackled well by Stephen. So many players in a small area there. No space at all. So the overhead conditions improving here in Glasgow as the sun comes out to give some encouragement further to the players. Still a shade tentative this opening spell. That's good play by Haitley. Now Laudrup. First chance to have a run here against Tom Boyd. Well, Boyd is one of the quickest defenders in the country, and he did very well indeed there. Took up the challenge, Boyd, to halt Laudrup.
Yes, great play by Brian Laudrup again. Takes on Tommy Boyd for pace. Tommy Boyd does well, he uses his body well, but as you see, 2 or 3 Celtic players coming around Brian Laudrup, and a good block in the end by Tommy Boyd to put it for a corner. Good play by Celtic.
Laudrup's corner. That was Boyd attacking the ball in the air. Every Celtic player back to face the ball here. Here's Laudrup. Well, Peter Grant put him under so much pressure with a little lapse in control. And Trevor Stevens showing a new dimension to his play with that very good tackle. Donnelly and Moore together. Well, that's a very interesting contest, that. Moore, a very accomplished central defender as well as right back. Also has played in right midfield for Rangers. And Moore comes in from behind and Donnelly. Well, the Celtic supporters not at all happy with that. A little bit of indulgence by referee Mottram. Certainly Moore was trying to play the ball, but he seemed to go through the only for it.
Yes, he did. The ball was there to be won, but under the new directive, I think the referee could have got the card out there. But Les Moulton once again showing that he is an excellent referee.
Here's Bata. McLaughlin goes outside. Well, Bata looked up for a long time there and realised surely that there was no one in the far post. And Hoydonk, coming from a long way back, couldn't get into that area for Celtic.
Well, obviously we're not showing that replay there because it wasn't worth it, the ball behind the goal. I think Tommy Burns will be disappointed in that. We've got in a great position to put it behind for a goal kick is a tragedy, really.
Helped on there by Cleland. And the Grant mopping up in midfield. Celtic stay in the same area as Durant. Grant against Ferguson. Collins there against Stephen. In the midfield. Bata being put under pressure here by Durant. That's a good strong challenge by Durant. He's been penalised. Well, shoulder to shoulder, and Bata wanted a lot longer on the ball than Durant would give him.
Yes, but here comes the shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. They're not quite shoulder-to-shoulder, but I think Rudy Vantage is dwelling on the ball a bit too long.
Great pass from McStay. This is McLaughlin. McLaren goes across. Still McLaughlin. And McLaren did very well with the block, allowing Brown to come clear. Carry the ball out for the throw. Some great passing there from Paul McStay in midfield to release Brian McLaughlin. McLaughlin's been rested last couple of matches by Celtic after a very long run in the side. Turned away again by McLaren. McLaren's header. Well, strange tension about the stadium at this stage in the match. Midway through the first half, and little sign really of Rangers at their best so far. Here's Ian Ferguson. Good running on the right by Cleland. He has Laudrup ahead. Well, they wanted to leave that to Laudrup. McKinley took over. Well, perhaps an indication of the respect shown by Cleland there to Laudrup. That's a great pass under severe pressure. Peter Grant caught Stephen Lake, but he still managed to play a very accurate pass. The referees had words with Peter Grant.
Well, the ball was there to be won, but it just shows you that there's no time in the middle of the park. There's no time whatsoever. Brian Laudrup coming deeper into the midfield to try and get the ball off the Rangers players. He's getting fouled as well.
So Laudrup getting some of the treatment he's come to expect and cope with in the Scottish game. Careful play there by Vata. This is McLaughlin. Boyd made a good angle to receive the pass. It's over the top for Donnelly to chase. So the possession in the early stages of the match favouring Celtic. That's no real surprise the way the game has gone so far. There must be something of a worry to Rangers.
Well, not really, because they are the away team, and you would expect Celtic to dominate on their own patch, and Celtic traditionally do start very, very positively, very powerfully. So, they haven't conceded a goal yet. They've got more into the game. The game's gone on, and Laudrup was yet really to get on the ball. He's had one run, but that's about it. So Rangers will be fairly pleased with the way things have gone at the moment.
Well, Laudrup has been very well policed by Celtic so far in the match. Provided the supply reaching him too frequently, and then closed them down very rapidly indeed. Here's Ian Ferguson. Under pressure. He's given that away perhaps. Collins with Moore. Still no space at all for the creative players in midfield. Van Hooijdonk back to McKinley. It's well read by Stephen. In goes Grant. Durant. And now Loudrup is away from O'Neill. Tom Boyd goes across. And the ball released early. And well claimed by Bonner as Hadley came in. A glimpse again of Loudrup. Well, Tom Boyd once again was quickly there in support of Brian O'Neill, forcing him to hurry the cross. Flying with Van Hooydonk. That's Brown. Now Stephen. Has good control. Ball still in play. Measures the pass for Cleland. Excellent play by Stephen. Careless one there, allowing Collins to break. He has Donnelly and Van Hooydonk 3 against 3. Here's Collins going all the way himself. Fine play by Collins. Well, his confidence is very high indeed, and he had only one thought there when the break was on.
Really, the only saving grace is that ball, that shot just going wide. That ball really fell onto John Collins' right foot. Had it been on his left foot. You see, Cleland passes inside here, well read by John Collins. Now we see him going at Basil Bolly. You see the movement of the Celtic strikers across Basil Bolly. There goes Simon Donnelly. Pierre Van Hooydonk staying out right, and the right foot shot just wide. But a good chance for John Collins.
Collins is the leading Celtic goal scorer this season with a dozen goals.
Once again, John Brown thinking he's playing for the Scottish Claymores, I think, on that occasion, just blocking his winger Brian McLaughlin. But good play by McLaughlin, he's tricky. John Brown now is on a knife edge because McLaughlin against him, could be a major problem.
And there's some activity down on the dugout below us. Change is going to be made, I think. And the player being withdrawn is John Brown himself. He is coming off. And Neil Murray is coming on.
Yes, Neil Murray will come on. I think Alex Cullen will go to left back. Neil Murray will go to the right-hand side. But so lucky for John Brown. I think it was a bit of a gamble. I think with his fitness and everything else coming back to play. But now he's unfortunately gone off. Neil Murray's on and Alex Cullen goes to left back.
Well, John Brown very much a favourite of the Rangers supporters, but clearly unhappy to be leaving this Old Firm match so early. He's missed the last couple of matches through injury, so perhaps coming back a shade too quickly. Free kick played in by Vata, headed away by Bolly. Hateley's layoff, that's Stephen. So McKinley now has the throw. Collins under pressure from Moore. The throw goes to Rangers. Collins looking hopefully towards the referee for a foul. So Rangers now matching the nimble play of McLaughlin on the right-hand side with the pacey defending of Cleland. They just made that against Durant. This is McStay. Down by Ferguson. Free kick's been given.
That's a great contest in the middle of the park. Ian Ferguson versus Paul McStay. And Peter Grant, of course, is in there as well. So nothing asked for, nothing given.
McLaughlin against Durant. Trying one too many. Ian Ferguson stood up well to that. Grant now to McStay. Celtic maintaining the pressure. It's a good spell. The pass was aimed for McLaughlin. Boyd doing well against Loudrup. This is Bata. And Bolly and Donnelly tangling in the edge of the penalty area. Donnelly trying to make a run. Bolly making sure he couldn't.
Here's the ball played in here. You see Basil Bolly just holding his ground. Good play by the centre-half there. Just hold your position. The centre-forward can't get round here. The ball just runs nicely to the goalkeeper. So an Old Firm match which hasn't yet caught fire.
Still full of interest, and Celtic having the better of things in the early stages. Welland quickly back to his goalkeeper. Reaching Rudy Vata only, not Laudrup as Haitley helped. That's Ian Ferguson. Now Laudrup breaking. O'Neill is with him. Well, Laudrup, a misunderstanding there with Durant. You can see the frustration all over his face. Fully expected Durant to make a run outside him. It didn't happen. While Hoydonk has been penalised, he's not happy with McLaren's challenge. So a little locking of horns there between the two players. The referee will take some action here, I think, to defuse the situation. Having words with the Dutchman, Pierre van Hooijdonk. McLaren highly amused by the whole incident. Headed away by Boyd. Haitley thought he was pushed early by Tom Boyd while the ball was in the air. That's why he complained to the referee. Good play from Rangers. That's more like the play which won the title. Ian Ferguson strong in the ball. Stephen made the turn. Moore still in space. Neil Murray outside him on the right. Careless run from defence again, giving possession easily to Celtic. Here's Vata. Welland intercepting the pass intended for Brian McLaughlin. Well, he's certainly causing a problem or two, McLaughlin, for the Rangers defence. Here's Boyd. O'Neill to McStay. Good running again by McStay to take a return pass from Grant. And Donnelly a bit ambitious there. McStay continued the run to one to the return pass. McLaughlin back to Vata. Van Hooijdonk waits in the middle. It's too high for Bolly and Van Hooijdonk. Stephen. Durant. Well, this is Durant at his best. He can go all the way himself here. It's great play. Choosing to play it wide for Haitley. Well, he does that brilliantly from midfield, Ian Durant. Lacked the confidence and conviction to go all the way himself. Boyd comes clear for Celtic. The offside flag up. Simon Donnelly, I think, was the culprit rather than Van Hooijdonk. Well, Ian Durant certainly had an opportunity there to go all the way had he believed in himself enough.
Yeah, I just think he ran out of puff when he was getting towards the end there and chose the option to pass it out wide. But a great break through the middle, very reminiscent of John Collins going through the middle with Scotland. Just seemed to open up for him. Had he had a bit more conviction, probably a bit more puff, he could have gone through and finished the ball, finished the move on his left foot.
Well, Tommy Burns has seen enough to bring him down to the track. He's now gesticulating to his players from that area. He's been in the director's box for the first half hour or so, but clearly wants some alterations made. All a little bit untidy. It ends with a throw to Rangers. Ian Ferguson has been in the thick of the action right from the start. He's had a troubled season too through injury. Oh, a very powerful figure in the heart of that Rangers midfield. Marking is very tight indeed. Now Ian Ferguson nipping the ball away from Grant. It's back now with McLaren. This is Moore. Neil Murray's made a good run to the right, followed though by Brian O'Neill. Well, the distribution's been a problem for Rangers from the back to midfield and to the front. So here's O'Neill. He's developed into the top-class central defender this season, starting his career in midfield. Here's Collins, wrestled down by Stephen. So the free kick held up there. There was an attempt to play a quick one by Van Hooijdonk initially, then Collins, but Van Hooijdonk has been told to move into the penalty area rather than look for a long-range shot. Here's Rudi Vata. Donnelly's dummy, it was a good one. And Bolly coped extremely well there. Kept his head. This is Tom Boyd. Vata again. It's back with O'Neill. And the ball's overshot there as far as Simon Donnelly is concerned. Well, this is the first of a double-header this afternoon on Sky Sports, and the big game coming up later on this afternoon at 4 o'clock, Manchester United against Sheffield Wednesday. It kicks off at 4 o'clock, it's live on Sky Sports. This is Paul McStay. And now Vata, seeing a lot of the ball on the right-hand side for Celtic. Donnelly's come with his marker well. Very good close control, little Simon Donnelly. A lot of injury problems this season also. Haitley plays it wide. This is Durant. Laudrup makes the run. He's followed by O'Neill, who must make the tackle count. He's late, and there's trouble for O'Neill. Well, there's that little extra touch of acceleration from Laudrup when he gets close to that. And Brian O'Neill is going to be booked.
I think he's just a bit unlucky there, Brian O'Neill. It's not a dangerous tackle or anything else, just that Brian Laudrup just waited a little while, saw the defender coming in, just knocked it past him and then took the sliding tackle. But just a bit unlucky to be booked. Just Laudrup's frightening pace, really.
Always seems to find an extra gear when he's in a tight situation. There's the free kick taken by Durant. Haitley not happy about the challenge of O'Neill. There's words there with the referee.
Just see at the bottom of our picture, Mark Haitley, he's just held there. I think we can say this one's 1-1 really when it comes to blocking typical American football tackles. So that's even Steven so far.
Yes, could have been the second penalty of the match quite easily. One, I think, would have been appropriate for each side. Good play by Grant. Donnelly's gone down. Grant is impeded by Bolly. That's a free kick. Peter Grant showing his determination from midfield.
He just flicks it past Basil Bolly. Basil Bolly just turns round, blocks Peter Grant there. I think the referee is quite right with that. An incident beforehand, we have Simon Donnelly down on the pitch. He did shield the ball. Craig Moore came in with the tackle. He shielded the ball and caught the full impact of Craig Moore's challenge. Looks like in his lower back.
So Brian Scott, the Celtic physio, giving the treatment to Donnelly. And Simon Donnelly has seen enough of the treatment table this season. I think the last him a lifetime. Well, he's obviously fit to continue. Celtic supporters happy at this stage. They've had the better of the exchanges so far, and they have a very good opportunity here for the free kick. Taken by Collins. And now Peter Grant. Collins nodding it down. McLaren reacted quickly inside the area ahead of O'Neill. That's Boyd. An offside decision, I think, has been given there by the referee, not by the linesman. Or has it? No, he's given a free kick to Celtic. Not at all clear why at this stage.
I think we can see why here. Alan McLaren goes in, just catches, or whether it catches his arm, but catches Brian O'Neill with that header. So the referee, a free kick went 35 yards out.
Peter Grant over the free kick. O'Neill at the corner of the box. Wide for Vata to change the angle for the cross. Thompson struggling a little there under severe pressure. Did enough though to help the ball on to safety. Haitley finds Murray. Stephen. Good tackle by Donnelly, who's made a full recovery, obviously. That's Grant, looking for Collins. Very good play there by Moore, screening the ball from Collins. Showing amazing maturity for one so young.
Yes, Craig Moore just, I think we've what we've seen so far in the game has been some tremendous blocks by defenders. They've held off attack as well, and the referee unable. I think if he gives one, he has to give them all.
That's good running by Brown, but he couldn't control that at pace. So Celtic have the throw. Moving towards half-time. Very few chances in the match so far. The defending has been resilient. The midfield marking very tight indeed. Here's Craig Moore now for Rangers. Laudrup was crossed to the right. That's a good tackle by McKinley. And now Donnelly in possession. Thomas Stevens won it back, and now Celtic in control. McKinley's caught upfield here. Laudrup advances. Well, Brian O'Neill did very well indeed again there, standing up to Laudrup, not diving into the tackle. But it is a corner kick to Rangers. Corner kick count there, throwing Rangers over the edge. Well won by O'Neill. Laudrup told Callan exactly where to run. Invited him to go into that space, but couldn't find him with a back heeler. So Brian Laudrup there waving to the supporters. Very strongly there, but it's up to throw to Celtic. Here's Collins. Donnelly, Van Hooijdonk. Forced to hurry by Moore. The offside flag was up on the far side in any event. So free kick it is to Celtic, to Rangers rather. So it's a free kick which will go out to Billy Thompson in goal. O'Neill's header, that's Murray. Tackled well by Grant. Murray wins it back for Rangers in that heavily populated midfield area. And Bartley going in with his boot up there against Durant. Certainly going for the ball, no doubt about that, but he did catch Durant.
You see that both sets of studs are high, and just catches them on the top of the head, but I think that was a accidental challenge of anything.
And Laudrup goes down this time. Tom Boyd is the culprit. He'll be in trouble for that. Referee Mottram calling Boyd over. Well, Laudrup getting some very tough treatment in this.